Balance is not something you find, it's created. So when you feel like you're drowning in responsibilities and overwhelmed by the chaos of daily life, consider it a flashing red light on your dashboard. You can't keep driving hoping the problem magically fixes itself. It's a good time to stop and pull over. Good morning. Let's have coffee. Balance is not something you find, it's something you create. Think about it. If you're driving your car and you start seeing smoke come out from the hood, what would you do? Of course, you would stop and pull over. You wouldn't keep driving hoping the problem magically fixes itself. Much the same way, there comes a time in our lives when we feel out of touch, out of sync, and utterly overwhelmed. These feelings are the smoke signals of our lives telling us it's time to stop and pull over. So, when you start feeling like you're drowning in responsibilities or overwhelmed by the chaos of daily life, consider it a flashing red light on your dashboard. This is the cue to pause, reflect, and readjust. Creating balance is an active process, of course, like turning a finely crafted instrument. You need to listen carefully, make precise adjustments, and sometimes even step back to see the bigger picture. It's about finding that sweet spot where your emotional, mental, and physical well-being is in harmony. Remember, the key to keeping your balance is knowing when you've lost it. This means being proactive and attentive to your own needs. Don't wait for a breakdown to happen. Invest in yourself. Set boundaries. Prioritize self-care. Make time for the things that bring you joy. Life is a journey, friends, and balance is a skill that keeps you moving forward smoothly. So the next time you start seeing smoke, take it as a sign to pull over and create balance, the balance you deserve. Have you ever pushed yourself so hard you convince yourself that you are invincible? I surely had one of those moments. And I remember a time when I was programming an application for a client. Convinced, that I can complete it in 24 hours. Don't know why I did that. Those last few hours, I was deep in the groove, coding away, like a master conducting a symphony of some sort. And the cans of energy drink piled up around me, fueling my determination. I was sure that I'm going to build the best app that my client would have ever interacted with. But exhaustion has a sneaky way of playing tricks on our minds. So as dawn broke, I finally gave in and said, you know what, let me go to bed and sleep, confident in the masterpiece that I just created. So I woke up 10 a.m. the next morning, went through my normal morning routine, prepared for my evening presentation with some time to spare, obviously because of the difference in time zones. I decided to run the program one last time, and to my shock, the screen exploded with bugs and error codes. And I was like, how could this be? Everything was fine just a few hours ago. Why is this thing not working? It was then I realized those empty cans of energy drink were more than just a symbol of my hard work. They were the culprits. My brain, exhausted, running on fumes, had gone into autopilot, deceiving me to believe that everything was flawless. This experience taught me a valuable lesson. Sometimes you need to pull over and stop when you feel like you've lost balance. Exhaustion is like a fog, clogging our judgment and distorting reality. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. This is what Winston Churchill said, and I think that quote is quite profound. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. So it's okay to take a break, to breathe, and to reassess. Your best work comes not from sheer willpower alone, but from a balanced mind and body. So the next time you find yourself pushing beyond the limits, remember that rest is not a sign of weakness. It is a strategic pause on your journey to success. I remember a time, or rather a tale, of Amos, who was a woodcutter. Now Amos was a strong man, masculine and stuff, and he effortlessly surpassed the daily goal of filing 10 trees a day. Within the initial week, Amos exceeded the company average by cutting down 100 trees. This trend continued for 3 weeks. However, in the 4th week, he only cut down 40 trees. And by the 5th week, the number decreased to just 20. Concerned about his performance, Mr. Van Dyke called Amos into his office. And at that point, Amos emotionally pleaded with Mr. Van Dyke, saying, "Please, sir, don't dismiss me," expressing his confusion and his struggle to cutting down trees recently. Mr. Van Dyke sat back and asked Amos this critical question: "When last did you sharpen your axe?" Amos, surprised, he repeated, "Sharpen my axe." Mr. Van Dyke looked him in the eyes and said, "Son, in this profession, your effectiveness is directly linked to how sharp your axe is. Balance, friends, isn't a treasure you stumble upon. It's a masterpiece you meticulously craft. Think about it. No car runs forever without a pit stop. Not even the most advanced electric cars today. They all need to charge. Similarly, we need to recharge our own batteries and maintain our inner equilibrium. And if you're a leader, you even have a greater responsibility. Your team's performance hinges on the sharpness of their... Imagine trying to chop down a tree with a dull blade. It's inefficient, it's exhausting. As a leader, it's your duty to remind your team of the importance of staying sharp and taking time to rest and rejuvenate. Most importantly, allow your team the opportunity to recharge, and you'll see the productivity skyrocket. Let me leave you with this thought. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. But remember, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Creating balance in your life and in the lives of those that you lead isn't just beneficial, it's essential. So take that moment to breathe, to recharge, to encourage others to do so. Now, let's tackle today with a renewed energy and focus. Friends, my name is Toto Yende, and you're listening to the weekly Coffee Session podcast. This podcast combines coffee aroma with engaging conversations of various topics. From current events, personal development, and expert interviews, this podcast aims to enhance your coffee breaks with enriching conversations. And the best way we can continue to do that is if you like, share, and subscribe. Let me hear from your point of views in the comments, and most importantly, click on that bell icon so you are notified of every new episode that we publish. Good morning. Let's have coffee.